In this Baldur's Gate 3 video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 early game bard builds that are fun to play and that anyone can put together. Some of these are multi-class, one of them is a single class bard, so let's get into what they are. So the first build I'm going to show you is a College of Swords level 6 build, and ideally for this build you'd have a different race than the one I'm using here. Ideally you'd either have half elf or human, so that you could gain shield proficiency. I don't have that here, and this build would be better with shield proficiency. And that's because once you reach level 3 with College of Swords, you're going to gain either dueling as a fighting style or 2-weapon fighting. I think this build lends itself better to dueling, and that's because the flourishes that you gain for College of Swords only attack with 1 weapon. That'll give you higher armor class, and you'll still be able to use those. And also, you're not dual wielding, consuming your bonus action with your offhand attack when you can use it for Bardic Inspiration or something else, like, Healing Word. And what I really love about this build is that you have 4 level 1 spells, 3 level 2 spells, and 3 level 3 spells at this level. That is a lot of spells. You also have extra attack, meaning you're going to be able to attack twice. You can use your flourishes, like including Defensive Flourish, in order to give yourself 4 armor class until your next turn. That is absolutely huge. You just gained 4 armor class for 1 Bardic Inspiration. And remember, since we're at least a level 5 bard, these Bardic Inspirations are going to recharge after each short rest. So if you short rest after each combat, you'll be able to do that like 4 times a combat. And you can use these flourishes either from range or in melee combat, and make sure that you're using a finesse weapon here because we are using dexterity. So make sure you're using finesse. You're not using a versatile weapon because that does not work with dueling. But you can use these attacks at range or you can use them in melee. And one of the attacks actually hits 2 targets, which is phenomenal. And you can hit 2 targets with a bow as well. So you can shell out some damage. I mean, 2 targets for an extra attack means you could hit 4 targets in 1 turn using 2 Bardic Inspiration charges. And one thing that's really, really great about Bardic Inspiration when you use it for flourishes is if you miss, you don't consume a Bardic Inspiration. So that's really, really nice too. So essentially here, what you have is you almost have the same capabilities as something like a Battle Master, maybe a little bit less than a Battle Master, but you also have 10 spells. That's incredible. That gives you so much versatility. You can use an AoE when you need it. You can use a control spell when you need it. You can attack fairly well when you need it. All around, really, really strong. So the next level build I'm going to show you is a mix between Bard and Warlock. So what we've done here is we've taken 3 levels of Bard and then we've taken 3 levels of Warlock. And what this has allowed us to do on our Bard is we've gained medium armor proficiency and shield proficiency and weapon proficiency, martial weapon proficiency from taking College of Valor. And our Bardic Inspiration has turned into a Combat Inspiration, which can also be used to buff a target's armor class when they get attacked, or to increase the damage roll of a teammate as well. And you're going to bring Vicious Mockery with you, you're going to bring 2 expertise and skills with you, and you're going to bring also 4 level 1 slots and 2 level 2 slots. So you're going to have a lot more spell slots on your Warlock than you would be if you were just playing a pure Warlock. And what's really great about this is that you can cast some of your Warlock spells using your Bard slots. And that's really, really nice because there's some great Warlock spells here. For instance, like Arms of Hater, which is a great AoE spell, particularly if you're like playing melee and enemies are coming up to you and you get surrounded. You can just use Arms of Hater, and you can use that with tier 2 or level 1 slots. So it can do more damage because this is another spell that upscales as you get higher in level, which is really great. You can also cast Armor of Agathis upscaled with your Bard slots if you want. So this is really, really nice. And what you're going to gain from Warlock here is you're going to gain 2 level 2 Warlock spells at this level. We'll keep taking levels in Warlock all the way up to level 9, but right now you're going to have 2 level 2 spells. And those are going to continue to get stronger. Those recharge after each short rest. And since Bards have Song of Rest they're bringing with them, you're going to be able to do short rest 3 times in between long rests. You'll be able to get those 2 spell slots back every time you rest. You'll also gain Eldritch Blast, which gives you a great ranged option that's based on your charisma. And once you're level 3, you're going to have Pact of the Blade, which is also going to make it so that your melee attacks use charisma. So your need for dexterity as a bard is going to be greatly diminished here because you're going to be able to melee attack. You're going to have a ranged attack in Eldritch Blast that's off charisma. Your spells are all off charisma. So all you really need dexterity for is maybe some armor class and initiative, and maybe some skill checks if you're using your bard as like your lockpicker and, the person that's doing sleight of hand and maybe stealth. And for our Eldritch Invocations, we take Agonizing Blast to increase Eldritch Blast's damage. This is a no-brainer. We also take Devil's Sight so that we can see inside our Darkness spell. And what's really great about playing inside your Darkness is, you get advantage on enemies that are in there, just like we showed in the Warlock builds video. But what I really like here is that you have so many more spell slots, so it doesn't matter as much if you burn a spell slot from your Warlock casting Darkness, because if enemies come in there, you can use like Arms of Hater and just absolutely AoE the crap out of them with your bard spells, or you can just attack the one guy that comes in, wait for them to all group up around you, and then AoE him down. It's really, really strong. Or cast something like Thunder Wave inside of that. It's really, really strong. And then once you take one more level of Warlock, you'll be able to gain a feat. You can take Great Weapon Master if you want in order to get an extra attack if you kill something melee, if you're kind of leaning towards the melee route. Or you could take more Charisma to, you know, boost your attack rolls and your spells, DC, stuff like that. Those are both great choices. And once you gain one more level in Warlock after that, level 5, you're going to gain extra attack if you had Pact of the Blade, which you'll have. So then you'll be able to do 2 melee attacks, which is really, really nice as well. And then the last build I'm going to show you is a little unorthodox. I think some people may be like, what the heck? Is a 3 Bard, 3 Thief multi-class build. And you might be wondering, why in the heck would you take Thief with Bard? That doesn't make a lot of sense, but here's what you gain from being a Bard. First, we are taking College of Valor here at level 3, so you're going to have Combat Inspiration, which is a better version of Bardic Inspiration because you can buff armor class or the damage rolls of your fellow party members. And you're also going to gain medium armor proficiency, shield proficiency, and martial weapon proficiency, which is nice. Just make sure that you're using a finesse weapon because you'll still be attacking with dexterity. If you're trying to do a melee sneak attack, you'll need a finesse weapon for this anyway. And you'll also bring with you 4 spell slots at level 1 and 2 level 2 spells, which is really, really nice, along with Vicious Mockery as well. So rogues are obviously going to bring sneak attack to the table here, and you're going to gain 2d6 to your sneak attack damage because you have a level 3 rogue. So you're going to be trying to do sneak attack damage when possible. This is by attacking enemies that are standing near a friendly, or if you're attacking them when you have advantage, like if you're attacking them from stealth or something like that. And at level 2, rogues are also going to give you cunning action, disengage, dash, and hide, meaning that you're going to be able to use your bonus action to do these things. So if you get in trouble, you can disengage, still attack on the same turn, or you can hide and then attack, trying to get that, sneak attack off, which is what a lot of rogues will do. And once you reach Thief at level 3 rogue, you're going to gain a bonus action. And what's really great about this is that you have some decent bonus actions as a bard. You have Healing Word, which is a bonus action spell, so you can use that twice in a combat if you want. Or you could use Bardic Inspiration twice. So you could, first turn of combat, Bardic Inspiration 2 of your party members instead of 1. Now they're set for that first turn. Now it's your next turn. Bardic Inspiration, 2 more party members. Maybe they used one or they used them both. You can reuse them on the next turn. And you're going to get a lot out of those Bardic Inspirations because you're going to be able to use them very, very quickly in combat, helping to really turn the tide early on. And you can still attack or cast a spell at the same time, which is really strong. Or maybe you cast Healing Word on one person, Bardic Inspiration on another person, and then attack. Or maybe you cast Bardic Inspiration, then you hide, then you do sneak attack. There are a lot of options and combinations that you gain from that extra bonus action. And I think bards really benefit it because Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, and so is Healing Word. Moving forward with this build, I would probably take another level of Bard and then another level of Rogue in order to gain 2 quick feats. But you could also take 3 more levels of Bard in order to get to extra attack more quickly. This would give you more spells, higher level spells, and then you would gain extra attack, which would make you that much stronger, and you would have that bonus action as well. So that wraps up our early game Bards video. I hope you guys found it informational and inspirational for your builds. I really love Bard in this game. It's probably one of my favorite classes, if not my favorite class. Do a bit of everything. And if you're wondering where's the Paladin Bard multi-class, because that is a really strong combo, go check out our Paladins video. It's there. The reason it's there, not here, is because that build starts out as 2 levels of Paladin and then goes into Bard. I think that's the way most people would play that build. These builds are starting out as Bard going into something else. And as always, if you have more tips for new players, be sure to leave them in the comments. And if you have questions, I will try and get to them as soon as I can.